In a small town nestled in the heart of Texas, there lived a man named Larry Biggins. Larry was known far and wide as the fattest man in the world, weighing an astonishing 800 pounds. His size had always been a part of his identity. He was a gentle giant, loved by the townsfolk for his warm heart and jolly laugh, but he was also the subject of countless jokes and whispers about his weight. However, none of that bothered Larry much, until one fateful day. It all started when Larry was flipping through channels on his oversized TV, surrounded by his usual assortment of snacks. He paused on a broadcast of the Olympic Games, captivated by the 100-meter sprint. The athletes seemed like lightning, their feet barely touching the ground as they raced towards the finish line. The crowd roared with excitement as they crossed the finish line, and Larry felt a strange pang in his chest. It wasn't just admiration, it was envy. That night, Larry had a dream. He saw himself standing at the starting line of the 100-meter dash, his massive frame towering over the other competitors. As the gun went off, he launched himself forward, his body moving with surprising agility. He could feel the wind rushing past him, and to his astonishment, he crossed the finish line first, the gold medal waiting for him at the end. He woke up breathless, his heart pounding in his chest. For the first time in years, Larry felt a spark of determination. He decided then and there that he was going to do the impossible. He was going to become the fastest man in the world. His family and friends thought he was crazy when he shared his dream with them, but Larry didn't care. He had made up his mind. The first step was getting out of his house. Larry hadn't walked more than a few steps in years, but he pushed himself to move. It was excruciating at first. His muscles screamed in protest, and he was out of breath after just a few paces. But Larry didn't give up. Every day he forced himself to walk a little farther, first to the end of his driveway, then around the block. Slowly but surely, the weight began to come off. Larry also changed his diet, swapping out junk food for vegetables, fruits, and lean proteins. The pounds melted away, and his stamina increased. As the months passed, Larry became a local sensation. People from all over the town came to watch him train, cheering him on as he shuffled down the street, sweating and determined. A year later, Larry had lost over 500 pounds. He was no longer the fattest man in the world, but he was still far from the athletic sprinter he dreamed of becoming. However, he had gained something far more valuable: an unbreakable spirit. He decided it was time to take the next step. He joined a local gym and hired a personal trainer, a retired sprinter named Mike. Mike was skeptical at first, but Larry's determination won him over. Together, they worked tirelessly, focusing on building Larry's strength and speed. They trained day and night, pushing Larry to his limits and beyond. The more he trained, the faster he became. The day Larry ran his first 100-meter dash in under 20 seconds was the day Mike knew Larry had a real shot. News of Larry's transformation spread, and soon the media caught wind of it. The story of the world's fattest man training for the Olympics became a global sensation. Reporters flocked to the small Texas town, eager to see the man who was defying all odds. Larry became a symbol of perseverance and hope for millions of people around the world. Finally, the day arrived. Larry had qualified for the Olympic trials. Standing on the track surrounded by some of the fastest men in the country, Larry felt a wave of nervousness wash over him. But then he remembered his dream, the countless hours of training, and the support of everyone who believed in him. He took a deep breath and got into position. The gun went off, and Larry exploded off the starting line. The world seemed to slow down as he sprinted down the track, his massive legs pumping with power and speed. The crowd was on their feet, shouting his name as he closed in on the finish line. And then, in an unbelievable turn of events, Larry crossed the finish line first. The stadium erupted in cheers. Larry had done it. He had won the gold medal in the 100-meter sprint. Tears streamed down his face as the medal was placed around his neck. He had achieved the impossible, proving that no dream was too big, no obstacle too great. Larry Biggins, once the fattest man in the world, was now the fastest man alive. Larry's story became legendary, a testament to the power of determination and the human spirit. He continued to inspire people of all shapes and sizes to chase their dreams, no matter how unattainable they might seem. And every time he looked at his gold medal, he was reminded that anything is possible if you believe in yourself and never give up.